Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Pacific Quarter. I'm here with Henry Takapu, and this is my first time doing this, so it's not going to be amazing, but here we go. So, um, where are you from?
I'm
Start with
originally
that.
from Tonga. I was born in Tonga.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, nice. So, where in Tonga did you grow up? Or were you
I was
born?
born in Fahefa, Tonga Tapu.
Tongatapu? Oh,
Yes.
nice. All right. So, I understand that you eventually moved to America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And when you moved to America, where did you move to America? In
I,
America.
I moved to Southern California, Santa Ana to be exact.
Oh, nice. You sound like you're proud of Santa Ana.
Very, very much so. I'm very grateful for Santa Ana.
Oh,
Very
nice.
grateful for that.
Cool. So, what was it like growing up for you?
Man, I must say that growing up, I grew up a little bit in Tonga, so seeing the lifestyle in Tonga, and then transitioning from Tonga to Santa Ana, wow, it was amazing. It was like you left a whole different world and went to a new world. And so growing up was sort of like I was grateful for everything because I had been where there was nothing, from grass floors to carpet and sofas and TV and McDonald's. I mean, I didn't even know what McDonald's was. I mean, I didn't even like it. I didn't even like that food to begin with. And the schools. I mean, the playgrounds were humongous and beautiful, and you had swings and you had a place to go play. You had, I mean, all these things were offered, and classrooms were just I mean, air conditioned and stuff like that. So it was kind of new to me. It was. But it was really nice growing up in Santa Ana. Really, I mean, it was a nice experience for me. As growing up.
So, if you don't mind me asking, which high school did you go to?
Wow, it's kind of a little personal, but
All right.
no. That's no. I like that. I like that. I'm just saying that because the answer you will get. I went to a couple of high schools, few high schools because I wasn't always a good kid. So I was expelled from one and then went to the other one and then you went back but I went to mainly Saddleback High School and Santa Ana High School. So Santa Ana High School, the Santa Ana Saints got to represent, man. I mean,
Nice.
those were the days where we won football games in Santa Ana. Back then, it was always like the first number is the representing the how many wins, and second number was how many losses. So back then it was more like 9-2, 8-2, meaning 8 wins, because 10 games in a season, right? But now it's more like 1-8. To like that. The first number is a lot lower, but yeah, I mean, I went to high school there, man. High school experience, man. You should have been there. I mean, you've been to high school recently because you're a younger kid. But high school there, it was like to go to high school. It was like we're going to, a party. Going to high school, we're going to have fun. We're not going to school to study. We're going to high school because we're going to see our friends there. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to do all these things. And you get the cholos there. You got the low riders. You got the 6'4" Impalas and all these things. And in fact, the whole high school at the end of the day, it was a cruising thing. The whole high school would be wrapped of lowriders. I mean, classic lowriders. I mean, and then the cars would be in sequence. One car would drop sideways, and then all the cars would drop all the way back. All the way around the school. And then the friends. We had the Tongans, the Samoans, rare Fijians, but some. And then the Mexicans were starting to, populate the place, and the Palangis were sort of getting pushed out. Not getting pushed out; they were just leaving because they weren't wanting any part of this. But Southern California in general, it was just a melting pot. It still is today. I mean, everywhere in the world. You want to find any race at any one moment. I mean, you to go to one place where you can find like 150, 200 different countries, go to Southern California. is there. I mean, I guarantee you, Cambodians. I mean, Lao. I don't know if you've ever heard of Lao. I mean, all those, they're all there. I mean, you name the country, they're there. So I mean, and so I grew up in that. So it's almost like I'm multicultural. Like all those cultures you get into, the Chinese, all that. So you meet those people and you learn their culture. Like, you have Puerto Ricans, you have all the different Latin countries. So that's what it was like growing up for me. In the States there in Santa Ana.
That's interesting. So compared to Tonga, you would definitely say there was a difference in the number of ethnicities and races in California as opposed to Tonga?
Ooh, oh yes, way different. I mean, totally. I mean, in Tonga, you only have Fijians, Tongans, rare Samoans, and some Kiribati. That come down, go to the church school in Liahona and that. And but obviously, the two races that I've found in all of these countries are the Indians and the Chinese. Indians and Chinese. They're in the U.S. They're in Tonga. They're here. I mean, and I don't know, but those two seem to show up. In the different countries. So those two were two that I saw in all the countries that I've been. I mean, even in Guatemala, I was there in Guatemala. I've been to Argentina. I've been, a couple of different countries, and I've seen them there. I mean, so.
So interesting you bring up Guatemala. So I understand that you were a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And
Yes,
you
yes.
served as a missionary in Guatemala.
Yes, I served in Guatemala.
So what was that like for you, coming from Southern California and your experience in Tonga, then going to Guatemala? What was that like for you?
Well, Guatemala, that was like, in the middle of the road. That was like, so it wasn't like all the way like Tonga, and it was nowhere near America, but it was in between. So the living conditions were, I would say personally, were a little bit more updated than Tonga, but way below the American standard. But Guatemala is just, oh man, it's a jewel, it's a gem. That place is beautiful. I mean, in Antigua, where I got to serve, I originally served in the Guatemala Quetzaltenango mission, and then I was switched over to the Central mission. We opened that mission up while I was there, So for a few months or a couple months, I was in Central mission. So I was stationed near Antigua. Zone 12 is where I was, near Antigua. So I got to see the beauty of the Catholic Church. I mean, all the ruins that were there. It's just really beautiful how these people, the Spanish, they conquered the area, and it's mostly them there. You can see their influence there, and it was different, way different than California. Yeah. So not many other cultures there, just Guatemalans and most of the land people. But again, I saw Chinese and Indian there in Guatemala.
Yeah. So nowadays you're here in Fiji, and being here in Fiji, is there, what are some what are some things about Fiji that you love?
Wow. Fiji, I always tell the Fijians this when I talk to them, and I know some of them may think I'm trying to make fun of them, or may think I'm just, trying to brown nose or, kiss up to them. But I'm being serious when I say that. When you come from Tonga to Fiji, you feel like you're in the U.S. When the plane hovers over Nausori, hovers over Suva, you look at big tall buildings. They may not be compared to Hawaii, U.S. and that, California, but compared to Tonga, come on, man. They just look like San Francisco, man. So I would tell the Fijians, I would say, man, when you leave Tonga to come to Fiji, you feel like you're already in the U.S. You don't need to travel any further. Why travel 10 more hours, You're good here. Just stay right here. And so, but I must say, one of the best things that I love in Fiji, and, it proves true, I watch little kids' movies because I'm a father, but some of those kids' movies really have some solid truths in them, and one movie that I watch with the kids, it says, it's not the place, it's the people. And the Fijians, they're such lovely people. These people, I've never seen such courtesy. I mean, such respect. You know, when you go to a funeral or you go to a wedding engagement or something, for them to even speak, they're on their knees. It's almost like they're praying, you know. That's how much respect these people treat you with, and I've come to love the people. You know, I mean, and I've come to have a feel of certain camaraderie with them. You know, a connection with them. But of course, I'm an islander, you know. I mean, so we're all islanders. We all feel the same. We know how it is, you know, to live off the land, you know. But that may be something that we as islanders take as something that makes us inferior, you know, to other countries that are bigger, right? But I feel that something that makes us stronger than other countries because, especially with this time of COVID-19, you know, we don't need to go anywhere. We don't need to go shopping because our cassava is right there outside. And we don't need gas because we can build a fire and eat. You know, I mean, that's one of the things that I love about Fiji. Those are just a few of the things that I love about Fiji, you know. But like you asked, what's the one? The people, you know. It's the people, you know. And I'm sure if anyone goes to a country like Fiji, you know, and you get to know the people, of course, you know, at first you may be scared or because you don't know them, but as you come to know them, they're very, very loving, you know, down-to-earth people, you know. So,
Well, thank you for your time today. Grateful to have you here. You're our first interviewee on this show. This is kind of a new show out there, but we're grateful for you being here, and we'd also like to invite you to come back again. If there's anything else that, you know, on this show we're trying to encourage people to talk about just their experiences during COVID-19 currently, and especially being here in Fiji. You know, some of the things that they would like to share that might help people to have to quote my brother, to not have to endure to the end, but to be able to enjoy to the end. So I think that'll be a useful thing for especially people who are using social media to watch this video, and different ways they can receive this, you know, what we're doing here right now. But thank you for being on the show, and this is the Pacific Quarter, so thank you for being here.
thank you very much. I appreciate that. May I say one more thing
Yes, of
about
course.
Fiji? You know, man, the landscape, it's heavenly, man. The landscape of this country it's heavenly. It's something to be reckoned with, you know. As a buddy of mine they reckon one of the most you know, beautiful waterfalls I've ever seen in the world. It's right here in Fiji.
Yeah.
You know.
And where exactly is that?
I went to Boma Falls up in Tavioni.
Oh, nice.
And that one, they have waterfall after waterfall. You know, you climb up and it's in stages. And then in Tavioni, I mean, they have this, it's like almost like a slide into the water, you know. And it's beautiful and lovely. I mean, and it's just, I mean, Toloi Suva, as you know, I think you were here. I don't know if you were here, but I think you were here at that time. The Prince of England came here with his wife.
Prince Harry?
Harry,
Prince
yes.
Harry
Uh-huh.
and Meghan Markle that came here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? Out of all the places in the world, they have the money to pay to go anywhere in the world. They pay to go to Toloi Suva, man. That's a waterfall in Fiji. I mean, he could have gone anywhere in the world. Anywhere, New York, you know, Paris, you know, anywhere. He chose to go to Toloi Suva, man. Fiji. Come to Fiji, man.
All right, thank you for thank you for being on the show today, and all the best.
Thank you very much.